our great parents maybe couldn't value much the ownership of land. We would just give land, use and give it back to me after use. It is alleged that Mzee Rubangula gave the Bwera sub-county his land through Red Cross to put some trees to show people how to plant trees for environmental protection. They continued in that agreement. The local government divided this sub-county into two, Bwera sub-county and Isango sub-county. Unfortunately, Mzee Rubangula's land remained in a new created sub-county, who did not know about the contract. But when he said, now that you are new people, can we have a new agreement? Then it was not done. Till then, the sub-county has started selling the land. If it is for government, who sells government land at sub-county level? So that one is here. It can also maybe be asked and give more light. We have the Sejabi family.
Of landlessness that is being exhibited is a broader scheme incited by politicians as we are coming towards the general elections to bring these people to our lands, settle them there, and get them votes possibly. Because why would Honorable Minister Kabyang is here, Honorable Chitanyu is here, Honorable Mzungu is here, all the other district leaders are here. What has been your proven positive contribution towards ensuring that the Basongora who were resettled as part of government policy have been resettled, their resettlement completed, and their title deeds issued to them? Why is it that you only go behind only one category of people? We are all Ugandans. We are all indigenous to Kasese. This is the district we all call home. Why do you support only one ethnic group and then you deliberately leave out the other? It is unfair. It is unjust. And I think it is important for us to discard politics of division, politics of hatred, politics of sectarianism. Let us fight to bring about unity in Kasese. As I was growing up, we had so many Bakonzo families that were our family friends. These Bakonzo, ordinary Bakonzo, are innocent people. They are very good people. But the problem lies with these politicians. The other day we clashed with Honorable Chitanyu at the Hima Town Council Hall because he was fronting a group of Nkoko, of the people at Nkoko, whom he wanted to encroach on land in Kayanza 2 village. Honorable Minister, I am in possession of a letter dated 22nd Feb 2014, addressed to the then RDC Kasese, and it was written by the chairman, the residents of Nkoko village. And it states, I will not read the entirety of the letter. It says, we, the Bataka of Nkoko village, hereby inform you about the influx of Bakonzo from the mountain to Nkoko village. On 15th October 2013, a group of people came from all the sub-counties of this district and outside Kasese and invaded and camped in our trading center and also occupied the land of Basongora. When these people camped, they elected their chairman, LOC1, by the names of Mulemberi, Bafanivenda, Samson, and hijacked our stamp from our chairman. Allow me. Now, and I think that goes a long way in substantiating my submission that
he has a title. Mzee Sejabi is a historical in Kasese district. is one of the founders of Mutanywana Secondary School. Sajabi has his land with title. So when he got weak and weaker, the person who used to work to have his activity done in that land started grabbing, selling to some people. Mzee Sajabi went to court. To cut story short, he has a judgment in his favor. He was given court evictions, court ordering that these people, these encroachers, be evicted. The eviction has been renewed 4 times. What is happening? That is a question that we shall find a solution for. We have Chitop. Chitop is in here. They can also be listened to. We have Rwentari, Kayanja. These people have a land title. But during the resettlement time, Major James just evicted people with his own interest. As I talk now, he's even the one using that land, and his other counterparts. These people had applied for a renewal of their land, which was almost getting expired. But they applied before the resettlement time. They were evicted, no compensation. They are just moving up and down. Honorable Minister, these are the painful situations that you see when you look at us going to camp at the RDC's place. We are just like people committing suicide. Instead of putting a rope in our necks, we said, let us run to government. It is government that can give us solutions. Now, we have demands.
Institutions wrote letters releasing and ceding land and giving it out to government for settling Wasongora. Honorable Minister, I am wondering why it has taken 18 years. There are also instructions to survey for each of these lands on Ibuga Refugee Settlement, Hima Ame Production Farm. All these are there. And we did submit to you some of them during the meeting at Hima Town Council Hall when you had come in respect of the land at Nkoko. Honorable Minister, I wish to draw your attention to the judgment or the order of Justice Vatema in civil suit number 13 of 2014, dated 30th August 2016. In his order, he says the land allocated by the government technical team of 2007 for settlement of pastoralists from Queen Elizabeth National Park and be surveyed and mutated and parceled out in the following category. He states them just as I have read them. I read them earlier. The untitled land at Nkoko, approximately 312 hectares, be retained by the plaintiffs. The Hima Ame Production Unit land measuring 3,500 acres be released to Kayanza Pastoralist Cooperative Society and Insununji Livestock Cooperative Society as proposed by the GTT and be held in quiet possession. This order is directed to Uganda Land Commission from across all sub-counties and told to come and forcefully settle on Wasongora lands and claim them. It was done in Bukangara and Ruehingo in 1989, where all sub-counties, we even have a list of those sub-counties and a list of acreage each group was allocated. At an appropriate time, Honorable Minister, I will avail you a copy. Now, government pronounced all the other lands they are claiming are lands settled on by Wasongora. All the other lands.
Wehingo, I have already submitted that it is subject of a compensation that is being handled by the Attorney General's office. No, they can handle. No, I don't know, but in our meeting on the 28th of February in the Attorney General's chamber, yes, this year, we were with Honorable WEELI about, I think she had come with a group of cultivators who had written to government the 289 and who are willing to be compensated by government. In fact, by now, the compensation would have been completed had Mr. Salambongo not gone to court to halt the exercise. And now he was given 30 days up on 28th February within which to agree to compensation, less of which government compulsorily acquire the land. Now, he's here pretending to be landless.
One, leave when you have dissolved the camp at the RDC, but on the following ground rules. Open boundaries of these said lands in conflict. Take each group. Open boundaries for these lands in conflict. Take each group to their respective land. Then there you will have dissolved that. Because they have nowhere to go even if you tell them to leave that place. The only place they can go is where you will take them, on the lands they claim. Ground number 2, rule number 2. Withdraw all the army that is deployed on these lands. Yes. Yes. Withdraw all the UPDF on this land. Because these are the people who work for the land grabbers. Every time we make an attempt, we are arrested, we are threatened. Even when people are in camps, they are beaten. Now you wonder who commands these UPDF. And actually, the commander for those units should also be investigated. Because they could be working for a certain force, which is not a Ugandan force. Because it is clear, the commander-in-chief gave a directive, UPDF not to involve themselves in land matters. But this time, they are the people who arrest when even we have police. Police is called after they have arrested, when we have made a lot of alarm. It is on record that I have called the IO of Karunjibati, the IO of Kavera, when these people attack our people in Nkoko camp. I tell them, these people, your people are beating our people in the camp. What is happening? It is 7 p.m. What is the problem? But yet they are working for some other people to intimidate us, to do what? Then the next ground rule, honorable ministers.
Which boundaries are we opening? as far as we are concerned, in these lands which we occupy, we are not dealing with these people. So which boundaries are they saying should be open? These were institutional lands. The army production unit was held by the Ministry of Defense. The refugee camp was held by the Office of the Prime Minister. Muvuku Prison Farm, Ministry of Internal Affairs. These were institutional lands. And these, as far as we are concerned, these people were not settled there. So which boundaries are they talking about that they want to open? I think the whole idea of her prayer to open boundaries is a ploy used by these land grabbers to encroach on our resettlement lands because we don't neighbor them. These were institutional lands. So, Honorable Minister, all these claims are as baseless as they are devoid of any truth. In another case, there is a judgment. I want to highlight how these people in Mhocha Town Council, that land belonged to Basongora of Mhocha. There is a court judgment to that effect. The Wakonzo settled on it forcefully. Basongora in Mhocha went to court. They sued them. They won. Judgment was delivered in Basongora's favor in 2012. Eviction orders were issued for land at Kabuga. But all these were defied. The support and facilitation of the Now, Honorable, Vera Grace pointed out
that is having a hand in these land matters. Because you have also seen, you have made an attempt to solve issues in Nkoko, but they have failed. To us, we feel there is an invisible hand. Let us investigate this invisible hand and deal with it so that we can have these problems solved. I would wish to look at a generation of we coming up, whether we had issues in the past, but that does not make news today. This is a new generation where everybody must work hard for socio-economic transformation, for a better living, so that we become a very cooperative community. I'd wish to see a cultivator working, staying, being a good neighbor to a cattle keeper, so that we can live in harmony. But these people who make us conflict, they could not even be having a problem themselves. But there could be some people that drive them to do that. They should also be honest to us, so that we become good citizens of this country. Thank you very much.
The fact that Basongora were settled beyond the boundaries of the said institutional lands. I think this is a falsehood, and I think a survey of all the resettlement lands allocated to Basongora would go a long way in solving what she purports. If indeed we settled beyond the boundaries of what was allocated, I pray that all the district leaders here, the Honorable Minister, the Honorable MPs, agree that before we do anything else, survey be undertaken for all Basongora resettlement lands to ascertain whether what we are settled on is beyond what was allocated to us. Now,